Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those who's just tuning in, my name is Justina. I am the owner of Pose for Stina, and I am here with Sheesh.
Hello.
And Dolly.
Hello.
So me and Sheesh, we are having a swap. Are we calling this a swap?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're calling it a swap, and today's model is Dolly. So I am up first. So today I am also the creative director, and basically we're doing a product shoot with a model. So of course you already see she got the product up. Of course, I love me some Michael Kors, so I decided, you know what, I got a couple of bags, let's just go ahead and shoot it. And we're gonna just take it from there. We have pretty much everything already set up. This is the area that we're gonna be shooting in, and then I'm gonna start first, and then I'm gonna give the reins over to Sheesh, and then she's gonna do her thing as if she was trying to shoot just like me. Anything you want to say to the people?
No, we want to give a huge shout out to Erase the Hate. Thank you for, hosting your space for us to be able to create this. And we just gotta have fun and create some magic, and
Yes. So let's just jump right in, guys. Woo! So what I'm going to be doing is pretty much going through my entire process with Sheesh. I normally tether, and I'm tethering into Capture One, and I'm tethering with the tether cords, the tether tool cord, the tether tools cord. I feel like that was a tongue twister. My light source is the Flashpoint 400. Specifically the Explorer 400, and then my modifier is the 5-foot Octa from Impact. My camera, of course, is Canon, because you already know I'm a Canon girl, and I'm shooting with the Canon EOS R5 with the lens 24-70 today. I may switch to my 70-200 depending, but right now we're going to start off with the 24-70, and we're just going to jump right in. I am going to start off with a couple of test shots, and we're just going to work the way through. So what I'm doing is the focus is the bag. The whole thing that we're doing, the focus is the bag. And because the focus is the bag, we're not necessarily going to focus completely on the model. The model is here to model the bag. Cool? So which means that there are going to be close-up shots of pretty much everything that we have done. So I am going to dial in my settings right now. I take my head and change it up a little bit. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Give me more editorial. Yeah. Exactly. At this point in the shoot, I was showing Sheesh how I usually work. How I frame the models, where I place the light, and what I'm looking for when it comes to getting the product to stand out. The plan was to shoot this like a clean, minimal product editorial for Michael Kors. But once we got to the location, that kind of went out of the window. We weren't in a studio. We were in this creative office space with textured walls, random furniture, and these warm overhead lights that weren't really flattering. It had a lot of character, but not the kind that made a product shoot look polished. So I had to adjust. I started thinking more about simplifying the frame, even if the background was a little too busy. Right here, I handed Sheesh my camera, the Canon R5, and she started trying to shoot the way I do. She kept what I showed her in mind, but it was definitely a challenge. The camera felt heavier to her, the colors and the lighting was different, and she's used to working with natural light. So this setup with one light forced her to slow down and really think through every shot. We both started to feel how tricky this space really was. The light bounced off the colored walls in weird ways, and the background was kind of doing too much. I had pictured a clean, white studio with a lot of breathing room, but here we had to make the best of it. We moved the light around, shifted Dolly's position, and brought in a reflector to soften the shadows up. Even though this wasn't how she usually shoot, she stayed locked in. She paid attention to how the bag looked, how Dolly was holding it, and how the light shaped the scene. There was a few moments where we both thought, All right, we definitely gonna have to do some touch-ups in Photoshop later, but that's the part of the process. You adjust, you problem solve, and you find what works. And she did. This part of the shoot stretched both of us in different ways. I was adjusting to a space, and she was adjusting to a whole new setup. But watching her work through it and still coming around with solid shots, that was the best part.
Yeah, that's all I got.
She said that's all I got. Give me some feedback.
Today I was out my comfort zone. I ain't gonna hold you. Justina had this big light on the C-stand, and I was like, yo, what is this? What do I do? What do I press? Very much out my comfort zone. Even with the gear. Yeah, that like when you have gear, or like when you connect with it, you're like, yeah, that Mary ain't happened today.
That Mary didn't. She said that Mary did not happen today.
Not happened today.
I think one of the things I realized, one thing that you guys don't know is that we didn't necessarily stumble upon the location, but we actually was supposed to be like studio.
Mm-hmm.
We supposed to be studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like adjust to like the new space, because it's supposed to be like very much so like white wall, outfit, product. So this became more of like a product editorial, more than anything else. But because I knew how to adjust properly, and then also I researched Michael Kors as well, and I know that they go towards a lot of editorial, like avant-garde stuff, and everything is just like and of course you already seen like I do push my models, especially if I'm like, all right, you can do more, you can give more, and I noticed that you do the same thing. Yeah, so like, yes, I don't think it was that difficult for you.
It says you.
I don't think
this is you. This is your family. That's your child. That's your nephew. That's your niece. Your gear. This is your family. For me, I'm like, this is foreign altogether. Like very foreign altogether.
Yeah, but after a while, you realize like, okay, I'm gonna focus on the bag. I'm gonna focus on the bag. I'm gonna focus on the bag rather than focusing on the model. Because I realized when your first couple of shots was more so focused on like getting all of the model versus getting like the directness supposed to be towards the bag. And then I don't know if you guys heard her, one of the things was that she was trying to get the bag to pop more than the model. However, if you noticed in the first couple of shots, the model had the same color on as the bag. And you'll notice that I told her, I'm like, hey, certain things you have to do in post. So like sometimes you can darken the jacket on the model in post and lighten up the bag just a little bit. However, a lot of the time when it comes to commercial photography, at least what I do is I try to maintain colors. I try to maintain the proper color of the bag, the proper color of the model. Now, if you want to get creative and put like a little, some people put LUTs on it. Some people have like I know some photographers that I know, they put like a little brown warm cast on it. Like that's always a thing. And even at Michael Kors, if you look on their website, if you look on their social media, sometimes you'll see stuff in black and white. Sometimes you'll see stuff that have like a little feel to it. So I'm very much so interested to see how she edits. I'm gonna send you your images so you can go through them and pick through them. And then I'm also gonna edit some of my own images that I took. And I'm curious to see how this editing part is gonna go. But right now, we're about to switch gears. Instead of me being a creative director, now it's gonna be Sheesh as the creative director. So tell the people what we're about to do, ma'am.
So what we are going to do, we're going to shift into a very different element. The theme is the creative professional. And in that, we're going to take a lot of the context in regards to wardrobe and recreate what that lifestyle, what that movement looks like, and just splash a whole bunch of editorialism on it. So yeah.
You know, I feel like we're having a different version of what editorial feels like.
We do. There is very different, yes. Because for me, editorial, I take editorial with a storytelling approach and an abstract approach. Justina takes editorial with a very commercial approach.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. For sure. So let's go ahead and jump right into the next creative shoot with Sheesh as the creative director and me forward to what she's about to give me. Let's go.